RKO the Infamous and WO back with another video, and today we'll be doing a DVD review. Whoa, when was the last time I did a DVD review? I don't know. But yes, we are going to do a DVD review today of Best There Is, Best There Was, Best There Ever Will Be, Bret the Hitman Hart DVD. Let's get into this. Boom, this is the artwork right here, Bret the Hitman Hart right there. With disc 1, 2, and 3. And disc 2 always falls out for me every time I open this stupid thing. But let's get this. 1, 2, 3. Boom! We got right here. Tremendous documentary in this DVD. Probably one of the top 10 my top 10 most favorite documentaries. This thing goes through it all. Pretty much starts off when he was a kid in the Hart Foundation. One of the members of the Hart family. They touch on the Hart family a little bit. Him growing up as a kid, going into wrestling. His father running Stampede Wrestling. With his brother, and probably pretty much him and his brother Owen were probably the best two looked at as wrestlers. Him working for as was a referee, and then becoming a wrestler, then pretty much becoming champion because he had to become champion because there's no one else there. Moving up, going to Japan, and then pretty much going to WWE because WWE pretty much bought out Stampede Wrestling. Him trying to find who he really wants to be in the WWE, trying out gimmicks, and then him really wanting to team up Jim the Anvil Neidhart because both their last names are named Hart, and he got a call right before he was about to leave WWE. Sorry, why am I saying WWF? WWF. Oh, why am I saying WWE for? They've been brainwashing me. But yeah, WWF. And then him, the Anvil, and Jimmy Hart. That's how the Hart Foundation was formed, pretty much, and how Bret Hart was more of the background, I could wrestle, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart was more of the in-your-face, the big guy, will do most of the interviews, and yeah. Then finally, him breaking off and going to the singles division, how he always wanted to be Intercontinental Champion, and finally winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 8, I believe, against Roddy Piper. Great match, by the way. And by the way, Piper said that was the first time ever that his shoulders have been pinned to the mat over 17 years. He said first time in his whole career, 17 years or something like that. Can't remember, but it was like, whoa. And Bret Hart did it. Him winning the Intercontinental Championship and saying if he had to do one thing, like if that was as high as he could go, Intercontinental Championship, that was fine. And back then, Intercontinental Championship was prestigious because pretty much all the main eventers held the world title. But when you had the Intercontinental Champion, that was like, that guy is like the best wrestler. That guy might be the world champion. That guy that could put on a show because he's Intercontinental Champion. And pretty much that's how it was. Because if you watch Intercontinental Championship matches back in like the early 90s, they're pretty much better than the world title matches. That's my opinion though. And then him losing at SummerSlam '92 against British Bulldog, and Bulldog thinking that it was his time, but it was really that it was Bret Hart's time. It was time to drop the Intercontinental Championship and go up for the world title. And finally him winning the world title, and then this leads on to him becoming an international star, not just a star in America, but he was a star all around the world, star in Canada, all over North America, all over Asia and Europe. So just crazy stuff. Then he talks about the feud with Shawn Michaels, the Iron Man match, classic. How much he trained for that match and how the match got ruined because Shawn Michaels says, "Get the F out of the ring" after he wins the title. Then he talks about the feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin when he turns himself into a heel persona, but he wasn't really heel, just a heel in America because. And then when he went to Canada, how people loved and adored him, but he went to America, he was heel, and everyone wanted Austin. And yeah, the start of the U.S. versus Canada feud, kinda, and which leads to the Survivor Series 1997, the Screwjob. Talks about that. We all know about that. Don't need to touch on that. Going into how he went into WCW, but if you remember, WCW didn't use him till like 6 months well, was it, no, was it 6 months? I think it was 6 months after, that's when he started wrestling, but yeah. I think it was 6 months, I can't remember now. I don't remember Bret Hart wrestling like recently when he goes to WCW, but yeah. Then talks about the death of Owen Hart and all that. Oh, by the way, this documentary touches on the Owen Hart feud and the SummerSlam '94 match and the WrestleMania 10 match. So yeah, this documentary covers everything, and then problems with WCW, and then talks about the concussion that he got, and then his current life, getting inducted, and all that. So yeah, is this before he gets inducted or after he gets inducted? I can't remember. I don't think it's when he gets inducted. I'm not sure. I could be wrong about the induction part, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole documentary. It's a tremendous 2-hour documentary, must watch, and you learn a lot about Bret the Hitman Hart. And not just documentary alone is worthwhile on this DVD set. You also have the matches on here, just tremendous. So, what do we got? Matches: Hart Foundation versus British Bulldogs, Hart Foundation versus Killer Bees. We got Bret Hart versus British Bulldog from SummerSlam '92, classic right there. Bret Hart versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart from WrestleMania 10. Bret Hart versus Ricky Steamboat from the Boston Garden. Bret Hart versus Ted DiBiase. Hart Foundation versus The Rockers from Saturday Night's Main Events. Hart Foundation versus Nasty Boys from WrestleMania 7. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect for SummerSlam '91, another classic match. The WWE Championship match, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. In Your House pay-per-view, Bret Hart versus Hakayushi. See, I don't even know these wrestlers. I don't know that wrestler, or it probably slipped in my mind. The Survivor Series match from '95, Bret Hart versus Diesel for the WWF Championship. Bret Hart versus British Bulldog for the WWF Championship at In Your House pay-per-view. In '95, we have Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the classic submission match from WrestleMania 13. One Night Only, Bret Hart versus Undertaker, another classic match for the WWF Championship. And the Owen Hart tribute match between him and Chris Benoit from Nitro. So yeah, great documentary, tons of matches on here, just a tremendous three disc set, and this documentary shows why Bret Hart is the best there is, best there was, and best there ever will be. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoy, and if you don't have this DVD, go buy it now. Get this thing for cheap too.